The Fake Wingman. Chapter 1. His roommate, Parker Sullivan, couldn't stand watching me pine anymore and offered to be my wingman. "Why would you help me?" I'd asked. "Call it boredom," he replied. For 2 weeks, he gave me tips. Finally, I managed to arrange a meeting with Colton Ashford, the boy who made my heart skip. On my way back that evening, I ran into Parker Sullivan by chance. I smiled and thanked him for all his help. Parker looked completely confused. "When did I ever add you on anything?" "Wait, what?" Then who the heck had been giving me all that questionable advice? In the guys' dormitory, a certain someone quietly shattered. "Did your meeting go well today?" "Colton's been grinning like an idiot ever since he got back. I guarantee he's into you. Hurry up and confess, lock him down." The moment I got back to my dorm, messages from my wingman flooded in. My wingman's name was supposedly Parker Sullivan. He'd added me about 2 weeks ago, claiming to be Colton's roommate. The two of them were supposedly close. I didn't know Parker personally, but I'd heard things about him. Cold, brilliant, a loner type who only hung out with his small circle, Colton being one of the few. Thanks to 2 weeks of reconnaissance, I'd learned everything about Colton Ashford, his hobbies, his schedule. Recently, I heard he was looking for a tutoring gig, and I happened to be struggling in statistics. With my wingman's help, I successfully became his student. Today was our first lesson. Being this close to my crush should have made me ecstatic, but then I ran into Parker Sullivan on my way back and he swore he'd never contacted me. I stared at my phone, typed something deliberately provocative. "Actually, never mind, I don't want to confess anymore." The reply came instantly. "Why?" "I think the spell's broken, and I think I like someone else now." "What, who?" "And are Sidon and disgabbled." "You." Silence. Then messages started appearing. "I'm not looking for a relationship. Asterisk deleted asterisk. Haha, you're joking, right? Asterisk deleted asterisk. Colton's perfect for you, don't lose sight of that. Asterisk deleted asterisk." I stared at the row of deleted messages, blinking. Finally, I took pity on him and said, "You don't have to reject me right away. I just wanted you to know you don't have to keep updating me on Colton anymore." The typing indicator appeared again, stayed there for a long time. Instead, a text came in from Colton, whose number I'd saved earlier that day. "Let me know if you have questions about today's lesson. When should we schedule the next session? Asterisk. Cute cat emoji asterisk." When had Colton ever been this proactive, and since when did he use cute emojis? So, my wingman really was him in disguise. Chapter 2. The truth was, I'd liked Colton Ashford for 6 months. The first time I saw him was at the campus talent show. I was a reporter for the university's student media, covering the event. Colton had the kind of face you'd see on magazine covers. When he sang love songs on stage, those soulful eyes were absolutely captivating. But my feelings were more fan to idol than anything real. I never imagined actually being with him. After the competition, there was a celebration dinner. As the winner, Colton joined our internal party. Our editor-in-chief insisted all us junior reporters switch from soda to beer. I'm actually allergic to alcohol, but I was too embarrassed to speak up. It was Colton who noticed something was off. He laughed casually and said, "We're all students here. No need for that corporate drinking culture, right?" And just like that, I was off the hook. I thought that would be the end of our interactions. I never expected the whole wingman situation to unfold. That night, I scrolled back through my chat with my wingman. It was nothing but praise for Colton. His eyelashes are so long, his nose is perfect. He works out regularly, super disciplined, boyfriend material. Your taste is excellent. As his best bro, I guarantee you won't regret it. In retrospect, it was completely bizarre, like a shady salesman overselling a product. The next day, my wingman chat stayed silent. Usually, he was incredibly active, messaging me at set times like clockwork, chatting about everything from class to random campus gossip. Since he wasn't texting, I sent him a little sun emoji. "Good morning." The typing indicator appeared and stayed there for ages, no actual message. I didn't have morning classes, so I'd planned to game in my dorm, but then I remembered the university basketball tournament had started. Colton and his roommates were on the team. Suddenly motivated, I texted my senior colleague Madison Chen. "Hey, are you covering the basketball tournament? Starting soon. Why? Want to come?" "Yeah. Got an extra pass? Aren't you allergic to sports?" I laughed sheepishly. "There's someone I want to see." Madison and I were pretty close. She had a bold, take-no-prisoners personality. She was the one who'd brought me to the talent show and introduced me to Colton when she noticed my crush. Let me guess, Colton? Not just him, also wanted to check out his roommate. Their dorm is stacked with talent, Madison acknowledged. Come on over, I'll get you in. I grabbed a sports drink from the convenience store and headed out. The regional tournament was a big deal this year. When I arrived, Madison was already waiting with a press badge for me, giving me access to the players' area. Soon the players walked in. From a distance, I spotted Colton in his loose jersey, headphones around his neck, scrolling through his phone with an irritated expression. Behind him was Parker Sullivan. Same height, completely different energy. Colton was like an enthusiastic golden retriever. Parker gave off more of a cool, aloof vibe. Colton, I waved, smiling. Both of them looked over. Almost instantly, Colton's casual demeanor vanished. His expression went serious, almost alarmed. I pulled the sports drink from my bag, walked straight to Parker, smiled. Good luck today. Parker blinked. For me? Before he could take it, Colton's hand shot out and snatched the bottle. Without missing a beat, he twisted it open and took a swig. Thanks, I was thirsty. The referee's whistle blew. Colton pushed Parker toward the court. Let's go, game's starting. 15 seconds later, a message from my wingman. I don't like sports drinks. Don't bother bringing me any. Colton loves them though, give them to him next time. I didn't reply. I put my phone away and watched the game. Thanks to Colton's energy and his coordination with Parker, the team won by a landslide. The star player strutted back, extending his hand toward me. His teammate rushed over eagerly. Here's your water, Colton. Colton's face froze. Yeah, thanks. I grabbed another water bottle, handed it to Parker. Great game. Parker glanced at Colton, then allowed himself a small smile. Thanks. Sure enough, Colton won MVP. After the ceremony, Madison pulled him aside for an interview. I sat down next to Parker. Got time for lunch? My treat. Me? I smiled. Yeah, to thank you for... Thank goodness you're still here. Colton appeared out of nowhere, grabbing Parker's arm. Coach wants a team photo, come on. He flashed an apologetic smile at me. Sorry, duty calls, wait for me. Then he dragged Parker away. He never came back. A few minutes later, another text from my wingman. Stomach's acting up, can't do lunch. Maybe ask Colton if he's free? Madison was confused. He disappeared in the middle of my interview. Is he coming back? I laughed softly. Probably not. I wandered over to the dining hall and grabbed some chicken soup to go. Texted my wingman. How's your stomach? I made you some soup. Want me to bring it over? Sure enough, the reply came. Can't get out of bed right now, maybe have Colton come get it? A few minutes later, Colton came downstairs. He'd clearly just showered, hair still damp, wearing a fitted shirt that showed off his build. I handed him the container. Is he feeling any better? He's fine. Won't stop complaining about his stomach. I nodded seriously. Just remind him to eat while it's warm. I turned to leave. He called after me. When's our next tutoring session? Oh, right, I forgot to mention. I looked apologetically at him. I'm kind of strapped for cash right now. Let's cancel. Sorry about the late notice. Colton's face fell. As I walked away, I heard him shout. I scored in the 98th percentile on that test. I'm really good. Want a discount? Free lessons? Chapter 3. After that day, my wingman went silent. 3 days, nothing. I sent him a few messages, no response. The silence started to gnaw at me. Had I pushed too hard? Maybe he'd actually given up. That weekend, our student media group organized a hiking trip. At 7 in the morning, I dragged myself to the campus gate. And there was Colton, in gray athletic wear, strategically positioned next to our editor. Hey, Colton's here too? Madison walked over. You've been showing up a lot lately. I started walking ahead, but Colton appeared at my side. Your bag looks heavy, want me to carry it? No, Madison swooped in. How generous, carry mine instead. She swung her massive backpack at him. He caught it reflexively and immediately grimaced. Madison, do you have dumbbells in here? Madison was a photography fanatic. Every outing meant multiple cameras. Without the weight, Madison linked arms with me and we walked ahead. She whispered, I'm pretty sure Prince Charming likes you. Colton, Parker, and I were childhood friends. We've known each other since preschool. That boy has always been a preening peacock, never once offered to carry anyone's bag. Thanks to the backpack situation, Colton barely talked the rest of the hike. At the summit, Madison whipped out her camera. The view's great over here. Want me to take a photo of you two? I was about to decline when Colton sidled up. Can't refuse. That would be rude. He extended his arm, loosely wrapping it around me. Back in my dorm that night, another message from my wingman. Heard you spent the day with Colton? He showed me your photo together. You look good. Changed your mind yet? I stared at the screen. Something shifted in my chest. He'd been silent for 3 days, and now this still pushing me towards someone else. I typed, "Actually, I already know you're not really Parker." Send failed. What? I tried again. Still failed. I stared at the red exclamation mark. Did he seriously block me? For the record, he blocked me first. Chapter 4. Wingman went offline. Colton officially took over. Good morning. Good night. Every single day. But I couldn't tell him the truth. Not over text. Not like this. And part of me, a petty, wounded part, wanted him to sweat a little. The next day, I went to the library. I'd barely sat down when a cool voice spoke above me. "Is this seat taken?" I looked up. Parker Sullivan. No, go ahead. Unlike Colton's head-turning handsomeness, Parker was more quietly refined. After sitting down, he glanced at my papers. Studying for statistics? I cringed. Yeah. I tried to subtly cover the bright red X marks all over my practice test. Parker smirked slightly and settled in beside me. "Colton's not here," he said. "I didn't come with him." Here's the thing about Parker Sullivan, he had an intimidating aura. Unlike me, who'd barely squeaked into this university, Parker was an actual valedictorian. Just as I was fidgeting, wondering if I should escape early, Parker spoke. "Want to grab lunch together?" "Oh, sure." By the time I registered what happened, I'd already agreed. At the dining hall, Parker's phone rang. He glanced at the screen and answered on speaker. "Parker, when are you coming back? Grab me some food?" The voice was unmistakable. Parker didn't answer that. Instead, he said to me, "Go ahead and order. I'll pay." Then into the phone, "What were you saying?" The lazy voice instantly perked up. "Wait, is someone with you? Someone you're actually paying for? Who has that kind of power?" "Just ran into a friend." "Ooh, friend, huh? Do I know them?" "Yeah, Emery." Silence. Then, "Who?" "You don't know her?" "Never mind then." Click. Parker pocketed his phone. I blinked. "You know everything, don't you?" Parker's expression shifted into something almost amused. "Know what? That someone's too chicken to confess? Or that an idiot's been pretending to be me?" So he knew it all. Even though it wasn't my fault, I felt the secondhand embarrassment. Parker rubbed his temples. "When you asked me about being your wingman that day, I thought it was weird. Then I saw Colton's computer screen. Impersonating me was bad enough, but trashing my reputation? That debt needs to be repaid." Throughout lunch, Colton called Parker non-stop. Parker ignored every call. Chapter 5. After lunch, I planned to grab my stuff from the library and leave. But when I arrived, a tall figure was waiting by the entrance, looking absolutely wrecked. "What are you doing here?" Parker appeared beside me and barely glanced at him. Colton put on his usual bravado. "Reading. What else?" He gave me a seemingly casual glance. "Why were you two together?" "Ran into each other this morning." He rubbed his fingers nervously. "Oh, did you talk about anything?" Parker scowled. "Talk about what?" "Nothing, just asking." I coughed awkwardly. "I've got somewhere to be. See you." When I came out with my bag, they were still there. I tried to slip away unnoticed, but then I heard Colton's voice rise. "You want to do what now? Chase who?" I froze, ears perked. "Emery," Parker said calmly. "She's pretty cute. Maybe you could be my wingman." Colton looked like he'd been hit by a truck. "You want me to be your wingman?" "Why? Is that a problem?" Parker's voice was cool. "Never mind then, she seems interested anyway. Maybe I'll just ask her out directly." "No!" Colton backpedaled instantly. "Don't do that. Girls hate guys who come on too strong. Let me talk to her first." The fake wingman was becoming an actual wingman. A while later, I got a text from Madison. "Colton just contacted me. He asked what kind of guys you hate." "What's going on with him?" I explained the whole saga. Her call came through immediately. "So let me get this straight," Colton pretended to be Parker and played wingman to help you. Chase himself? Correct. And now he's playing wingman for real to help Parker chase you. Also correct. Madison burst out laughing. "When we were kids, there was this stray cat in our neighborhood. He loved it but acted too cool to admit it. Every time he wanted to pet it, he'd put on this whole performance, 'Oh, the cat's coming to me.' One day the cat just moved into his house. When we asked, he said the cat knocked on his door during a storm begging for shelter. I couldn't help laughing. I used to think Colton was all flash and confidence. Turns out he was just a softie with zero game." "So what now?" Madison asked. "He obviously likes you." She paused. "You know, his mom left when he was a kid, ran off with someone else. He was raised by housekeepers." "What?" "It's not exactly a secret. His parents had one of those business arrangement marriages. His mom hated his dad. After having Colton, she just left." His whole personality, the confidence, the I don't care attitude, it's a defense mechanism. He's actually pretty fragile underneath. The line went quiet. Then Madison's tone shifted. But also drama is the spice of life. Keep me updated. Asso never friends. Chapter 6. That night after I showered, I finally got a message from my wingman. You up? Oh, you've released me from exile? I typed with exaggerated grievance. That was an accident, I didn't mean to. I'm outside your dorm, he wrote. Can you come down? I have something to say. I jumped up immediately. Started slapping on some tinted moisturizer while pretending to be reluctant. I was about to sleep. Is it urgent? If it's not convenient, tomorrow's fine. Something in those words looked almost pathetic. I grabbed something cute but casual, effortlessly pretty. Nothing try-hard. My roommate spotted me. Isn't the building about to lock? Where are you going? Walking the dog. Don't wait up, she muttered in confusion. Since when do we have a dog? Downstairs, Colton was still in the same clothes from earlier. I made a show of looking around, then texted. I'm here. Where are you? Right here. I looked up. Colton was already standing in front of me, phone in hand, that annoyingly handsome face, rare vulnerability written all over it. I feigned confusion. Colton, what are you doing here? I thought I was meeting Parker. He pressed his lips together. His cheeks flushed. I like you. Just like that. Before I could respond, he was already rambling. I like you but couldn't confess, so I pretended to be Parker to gauge how you felt. He finally admitted it. I stared. You just said you weren't Parker, that the wingman was you this whole time? Yeah, So the six-pack was a lie? Huh? Gym obsessed was a lie? His face turned red. That part was... I laughed. I made up the worst one. But you guessed right. Still, I put on my best wounded expression. You've been impersonating someone and lying to me this whole time. I'm sorry. And then you blocked me. I'm sorry, I panicked. That's why I came tonight, to apologize. If you can forgive me, I'll do anything. There it was. Ever heard of a compliance test? A what? You've lied too much. Before I forgive you, I need to verify what's true and what's not. His eyes went wide. Afterward, I woke to Colton on the phone. He was by the window, voice low. Sorry, man, I failed as your wingman. I was going to help you confess, but she picked me. Don't feel bad. Losing to me doesn't mean you're lacking. I suppressed a laugh. He came back looking sheepish. Hey, you're awake. Were you talking to someone? Oh, that. I had to break some news to Parker. He'd already flipped the narrative. So, I said, sitting up. Last night was a verification process. I never actually said I'd date you. He blinked. You're not going to take responsibility? For what? His face crumpled dramatically. I smiled. Based on last night's performance, I'm willing to forgive the wingman incident. Great, so we can officially start dating. His face lit up like sunrise. Chapter 7. I didn't expect what came next. Even after we were officially together, Colton kept up his efforts. Every morning, he stood outside my dorm with breakfast. Every afternoon, a new creative date idea. He also took over my statistics tutoring for free. My roommate was impressed. That's Colton Ashford. How did you manage this? She suddenly gasped. Wait, the dog you've been walking, was it him? I just laughed. Days passed. One afternoon, we walked out of the library together. Someone called out behind us. Colton. A woman stood nearby, designer clothes, perfect makeup, eyes glistening as she looked at him. She rushed over. It is you. You've grown so much. Do you remember me? I'm your mother. I glanced at Colton. His brow was furrowed, his expression blank, hard. I'd gotten so used to his goofy smiles that I forgot this was how he looked to everyone else. I think you have the wrong person, he said coldly. I don't know you. He started to turn away. She grabbed his arm desperately. Please, I really am your mother. I came back. I felt him trembling. I stepped between them. He said he doesn't know you. Please leave. Who are you to interfere? She snapped. I'm his girlfriend. I took his hand. I don't know if you're here because you suddenly want to make amends or something else entirely. But you weren't there when he needed you. So please don't show up now that he doesn't. Her eyes welled with tears. Colton said nothing. Just, don't come to campus again. We walked away in silence. He held my hand, didn't let go. We walked a long, long time. I didn't push him to talk. Finally, he spoke. I used to dream about her coming back. His voice was quiet. When I was a kid, every birthday, every school event where other kids had moms, I'd imagine her walking through the door. He laughed, but there was no humor in it. Now she actually shows up and all I feel is nothing. I squeezed his hand. That's not nothing, that's protecting yourself. He looked at me. You know the worst part about pretending to be Parker? I kept thinking, what if you actually fell for him instead? What if I'd already lost before I even tried? I was so scared of being rejected that I created a whole fake person to hide behind. I stopped walking, turned to face him. You know what I thought when I figured out it was you? What? That you were an idiot. He winced. But also, I reached up and touched his cheek. That you liked me enough to do something that stupid. Most people don't risk looking like fools for someone they barely know. He leaned into my hand. I've liked you since the talent show, he admitted. When you were covering the event, you had this look on your face like you were seeing something magical. I wanted to be the one you looked at like that. You are, I said. And meant it. Epilogue. Later, I asked Madison about his mother. She came back because she needed something, Madison said carefully. Her other family has some medical issues. Colton's a potential match for something. He knows? Parker told him. Thought it was better he heard it from a friend than got blindsided. I nodded slowly. Parker's been looking out for him this whole time, hasn't he? Madison smiled. They both have, in their own idiotic ways. That evening, I found Colton and Parker on the basketball court. Just the two of them, shooting hoops in the fading light. I watched from the bleachers. Colton missed a shot. Parker laughed at him. Colton shoved him. Parker shoved back. Then Colton said something I couldn't hear, and Parker's expression softened. He clapped Colton on the shoulder. They kept playing. When Colton finally noticed me, his whole face lit up. He jogged over, sweaty and grinning. How long have you been here? Long enough. He sat down next to me, close enough that our shoulders touched. Parker says you're good for me. High praise from the Ice Prince. He also said if I screw this up, he'll personally end me. I laughed. I like him more already. Colton pouted. You're supposed to defend me. I leaned my head against his shoulder. I'll defend you when you deserve it. He was quiet for a moment. Then, thank you for earlier with my mom. You don't have to thank me. I know, but I want to. He took my hand. I spent so long being afraid. Afraid to confess. Afraid to be rejected. Afraid to let anyone see the real me. And then you just walked right through all my walls. Your walls were made of cardboard, I said. Very dramatic cardboard, but still. He laughed a real laugh this time. I love you, he said. Simple, direct, no hiding. I looked at him. At this ridiculous boy who'd pretended to be his own wingman because he was too scared to say how he felt. I love you too, I said. He kissed me. And for once, he wasn't performing for anyone. The end.